You've seen it already in this description that the good life is a process, yes, not a state of being. Yes, he says it's the direction, not a destination. And prioritizing well-being in schools is essential to ensure the holistic development of students and teachers. So what Carol Rogers says is that the journey toward the good life is ongoing. Yes, well-being is a continuous process, and it requires intentional effort. So why we are here now? So we are here to start working intentionally on our well-being, and of course, well-being on our students. So let's discover together some ways to create school environment that supports well-being. Yes. Now, I hope that you will hear. Yes. So, okay. Happiness starts with a smile. So I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you heard this video and that you just experienced maybe positive emotions while watching video. I do every time I watch it. Dr. Diener, who was called Dr. Happiness, developed a model of subjective well-being. And according to him, there are three components of well-being. So it is frequent positive effect, infrequent negative effect. It means how many positive and negative experiences and emotions we have. And then also cognitive evaluation. It means life satisfactions. So are you satisfied with life as a whole? There are many descriptions or approaches to well-being. Well-being describes states in which we feel well. Yes, it's easy, both mentally and physically. Because when we feel well, we are able to enjoy life. And we can cope more easily when things go wrong. Probably you know this approach of PERMA by Martin Seligman, who is like father of positive psychology. But I would like to offer you what another professor of positive psychology says, and his name is Tal Ben-Shahar, and he taught happiness at Harvard University. And he says that according to him, well-being has 5 elements. It's easy to remember because we have this nice acronym, SPIRE. Yes. So spiritual well-being, it's about purpose. It's sense of meaning in our lives. It's about positive impact on others that we have. It includes values, beliefs, ethics. And physical, of course, physical is about good sleep, exercise, rest, nutrition. Intellectual is connected with curiosity, this urge to discover, to investigate, to know more, to learn, to grow. Yes. By the way, maybe just when talking about curiosity, do you know that curiosity makes us even live longer? Then there is relational. So relationships with others, family, friends, colleagues, but also with ourselves. It's about self-esteem, self-confidence. And then we have emotional. Emotional is about the ability to deal with painful emotions and also the ability to generate pleasurable emotions, gratitude, joy, and love. And yes, so now let's check your emotions. So please go to, you can see bit.ly slash, it's like itwinning, yes, itwinning dot, maybe I will share this also to chat, this link, but you can see it. And you need to type first name to start, and then please just respond. I will try to put this to chat and respond to this, and I will show then results. So this is made with Ziplet, with a nice, very nice tool and or application that you can use also for your students. Then after this webinar, hopefully you can just explore it more. And I will now go and we'll share the window with your responses. I hope that we have already some. Good. So we will go there. So what emotions are you feeling now? I hope that it's working. The question is, what emotions are you? Good, perfect. Good. Ah. Also not. Hopefully this video made you feel better. Okay, so just even for social and emotional learning, this is perfect tool. After webinar, you can try it. I will also put, don't worry, I will put all the links and resources to one bucket, then you will get it in the end. So we have emotions like this. I think that we are quite nicely set. Perfect. Good. So I will stop presenting and then we will go on and we'll share a presentation again. Yes. So prioritizing well-being in schools means that we create supportive environment. Yes, that this environment enable the development of healthy and happy and successful individuals. And I think that when we incorporate SPIRE elements into schools, then students and teachers can thrive and they can achieve satisfying life. Maybe you have heard also about financial well-being, environmental well-being. Yes, they are of course important, but Tal Ben-Shahar talks about them as they are like on the second level, because when we implement SPIRE in our lives, then we can achieve, for instance, financial well-being. But where to start at our schools? Number one is support teacher well-being. Some years ago, my daughter gave me this postcard, and I share this story very often because there were words: when mom is not happy, nobody in family is happy. And my belief is that when the teacher is not happy, students are not happy. So teachers play a crucial role in creating really positive school environment, but they can also experience burnout and stress. And we know that recent years brought a lot of pressure on teachers. We have to meet academic standards, adapt to huge changes, be motivators and be role models in every aspect of life. There was research it was after COVID time in 2021 among teachers in Slovakia. 90% of teachers were tired. They were even exhausted. And more than 50% of teachers were thinking about changing profession. And yes, and here you can see annual teacher well-being index. It's like insight into the mental health and well-being of teachers in the UK. So how is it in your country? So you can see that maybe write to chat. Do you think that the numbers are more or less the same also in your country? Can you see that here? Yes, in Slovakia, it's very similar. Teachers are, by the way, the second most important after the family who has impact on the life of children and their future. I think that teachers are essential part of the life of a child. So it's our common interest to take care of teachers. When teachers are well and satisfied, they are better able to create this classroom environment, yes, this positive, and of course provide quality education and support students' academic and social emotional development. And the question is, well, what can we do? Of course, you know what was the number one reason why teachers in Slovakia wanted to quit profession? That they don't feel recognition, they don't feel respect from society. Yes, and parents and even headmasters, you know. So what can we do? Provide recognition for teachers' hard work and opportunities for professional development, for stress management. Yes, and then create this supportive environment both for students and teachers. But of course, we know that sometimes it's not so easy. And it's our vital interest to take care of ourselves and not to wait for somebody to take action. So we teachers are expected to contribute to our own well-being and then to well-being of our students and community. So let's start a journey with some practical tips. If we want to improve anything, we need to know what is the problem. So the first step is to know where we are now. Then set the vision. What do we want to achieve? And then prepare plan of activities and implement them into practice. And then, of course, reflection is important during this whole process, just so that we can improve, yes, constructive feedback and for improvement. And again, that's a small task for you. Let's start with analyzing. Please go to menti.com. And I will share these again. I will share my screen so that you can see that what to put there. So menti.com is important. And then we will go to this My Wellbeing. So you can see now, if you go to menti.com and use this code. So let's see. How is it with yourself? Do you know your values and live by them? Do you feel that the things in your life are worthwhile? Do you feel self-confident and appreciate yourself? Try to just, I hope that you can go there and you can respond how your well-being is. So you just need to pull this whatever you see there with each statement. Not sure whether it's working. Ah, good. Now we see. Yes. Okay, so good. Now, physically healthy lifestyle. Aye. It's But it's perfect that we know our values because it's a number one. Yes, and we feel purpose, meaning. Yes, self-confidence is not so high, and physically healthy lifestyle is a problem, and even network of supportive people. So maybe you can give this kind of survey to your students, but I will share the links to the survey that is made directly to measure or to assess well-being, your well-being, but there is also well-being for teenagers, special link. So would be nice if you could give this to your students to start there, to see what the situation like at the beginning. Good, perfect. So we can see the results now. And now we see if every one of us make reflection on this. So then we can see that what can we do now? Yes, you can have the picture of the whole class, even of the whole school. Good. So I will go back and I will share my presentation again. Thank you for all who voted for this. And good. So here you can see, but you will get those links for well-being assessment for also for young people that I told you already about. So if you take maybe the survey at the beginning and then reflect on it and then do activities intentionally every day, then go back to test to see whether there are any changes. Maybe it's not maybe, for sure there will be progress because we know that well-being is a process. Yes. So after you make an assessment of your individual well-being of your students, then you can set vision and goals. So what do you want to achieve in your school? In each element, what do you want to achieve in your classroom? So it could be like this. I just created these in each of these SPIRE elements. So vision, my vision is that students have a strong sense of meaning and purpose. They are recognized, respected, valued. Yes. They have choices, opportunities. Students feel physically safe and healthy. Yes, students are succeeding in their learning. They are confident, self-directed learners. And they have positive, respectful relationships. Yes, so this is the vision. Students are resilient, self-aware individuals. Yeah. But let's talk more about the strategies. What to do to improve our well-being, what to do at schools. So first, there is the spiritual well-being. We already know it's about purpose. It's about sense of meaning in our lives. We know how important it is to have this sense of meaning. It's or maybe that we feel that we are significant for others. We have positive impact on others. So it includes values, beliefs that we hold. Yes, and sometimes, yes, I maybe I'm not sure whether I told you that I'm from Slovakia, but sometimes it seems like learning or education here is not a value, unfortunately. But my question is, do you teach values? Do you maybe focus in your schools on values? Do you create maybe classroom and school values? Because values guide us in our decisions and in whatever we do. So maybe let's do it. Let's explore values, teach them. And I will give you later on examples of values that I created for one course, and I'll use them also for my students. So then involve students in developing maybe rules and classroom expectations, and then live according to them. And of course, reflect on them regularly. Maybe you can display values and rules and celebrate actions that promote them. Yes. Then meaning. We all need to feel valued, respected. Yes, it's psychological need. So recognize student efforts. Focus on what they do right, not only what they do wrong. We do it very often as teachers, focusing on mistakes, bad behavior, yes. But your students, do they feel respected and recognize? Do you catch your students doing also right things? Or maybe do you give them opportunities to do meaningful things? By the way, this eTwinning, we are such a great community of eTwinning teachers because eTwinning offers such wonderful opportunity through project-based learning. You can connect learning with real life. That is meaningful also. Then students' voice and choice. Again, it's so important in eTwinning project. We know that if we want high quality eTwinning project, then student voice and choice is important. So in our classroom, let students choose maybe what, how, and even when they learn. Let them cooperate when they create assessment criteria. Give them choices. We have nice choice boards, different kinds of choice boards. Give them opportunities to lead, to encourage maybe peer learning, peer support, peer mentoring. My students love when they can learn from each others. And the last but not least, connect learning with real life and build connections with the community. Because if we support active citizenship, then, or maybe even teach what does it mean, or engage students and maybe in fundraising activities, then they can make a difference. For me, entrepreneurship is very important. So what if it's also entrepreneurial if we give them the opportunity to make something for community, to feel, to be valued members of the community. Physical well-being. So now reflect on yourself too. Physical well-being includes nutrition, healthcare, physical activity, physical safety, good sleep. Yeah. It's important for positive health outcomes. If we are not fit physically, then our brain needs more energy. Our bodies need more energy to overcome even different mental difficulties. But I think that we all know this, but do we care? Do we care about ourselves and our students? Maybe, do you have in your calendar regular preventative health care? And how is your sleep? How is your nutrition? I will share with you this link that you can see how the gut's second brain influences mood and well-being. It's really scientific research. We know that in the last years, there are great discoveries about the connection of our nutrition and the brain. And there are really surprising results how this enteric nervous system in our bellies really goes beyond just processing the food we eat. So that's why there is this nickname for guts, that it is our second brain. And yes, big part of our emotions are probably influenced by the nerves in our gut. So the sooner we pay attention to this, the better. So maybe don't offer food that is not healthy at school and all these soft drinks machines. Yes, maybe you can organize common healthy breakfast, prepare healthy food. My students are complaining all the time that they don't have time in the morning to have breakfast, and then they are hungry at school. So I asked them, okay, so how can we solve this? Come with the idea. What can we do? Maybe we can make a difference in the whole school. My students are secondary, or they are from 16 to 20 years old. So what if we organize healthy days, healthy weeks, school canteen with healthy options, or maybe project-based learning to teach others about a healthy lifestyle? Yes. Um, then movement breaks in all classes. Maybe it would be great if we have, and that is important also, that there is a research that after 20 minutes, it's a must to move. So let's give this opportunity to students. 3, 5 minutes, it's enough. Maybe what if we allow students to move also during classes instead of doing these quizzes with multiple choice online, they can run to 4 different places in the classroom that represent different choices. Then school gardens. Kids can grow vegetables and herbs. And yes, if not a garden, it's possible to have something in the classroom, maybe to grow herbs for sure. It's okay. You can talk about sleep, yes, and do project about that. And now, please. This is one break. It's also nice if we have a break so that we can refocus and maybe give our brain a boost and create maybe curiosity these breaks. So could you answer this question in the chat? What is it that goes up but never comes down? Try to answer. It's just one of the quick, easy activities. I will share with you many of them. I will give you the link to this because it can really maybe re-energize different kind of these brain breaks. So what is it that goes up but never comes down? What do you think? Okay, I will wait just a minute. Balloon, kids. Yes, anything else? Nice. It's great that you just age. Age. Yes, we have already correct answer. Age. Good. So this is just something that maybe, yes, I told you that I will share with you many of these and different tricky questions. And here we come to intellectual well-being. So it is connected with curiosity. It is this urge to discover, to learn. And this is also connected with motivation and persistence. And what can we do? Maybe set learning goals, yes, but with high expectations, but reachable, yes. This give student or support student agency, give them autonomy, yes. We've already discussed it in this spiritual part of well-being, that voice and choice, but it's also important for well-being, for well-being intellectual. Yes, give students this autonomy first with this support scaffolding, and then more and more freedom. Minimize the importance of marks and external rewards. And instead of that, maybe support formative assessment, self-assessment, and this self-reflection. Activate prior knowledge. Yes, through this want to know, like KWL strategy, or think, pair, share, or creating mind maps, and then support curiosity, because curiosity prepares the brain for learning. And maybe, yes, provide brain breaks. And now I want to show one brain break. I practiced it myself, but I prepared for you one video better because yes, I I practice it, but still I'm sure that when you see it, it will be easier for you. So it's here. Okay. Okay, so this is this Wakalet that I will share with you in the end, and here. So now please watch this and try to do this. Good. That's it. So, so have you tried? Were you successful with that? We do this from time to time, and yes, these brain breaks, I think that they are great. They are simple physical or mental exercises, and they have positive effect on learning. So some pointing challenge you have seen, and and you can try it, and many more. I will share. It's perfect that you were not successful, because I was not at when I practiced it first time, but then again and again, and my whole family practiced it when they saw me trying very hard. And I will share with you 54 these brain breaks activities in the end. So let's come to curiosity, or let's talk about it a bit. According to the curiosity zone, we are most curious when we know something about a subject. And on the contrary, we are most incurious when we are completely ignorant about it, about the subject, or when we view ourselves as experts in it. Yes. So sometimes it's said that perhaps that is the reason why by the time adults have few questions, because we think that we already know many things. Yes. And based on these zones of curiosity, Andy Penalona, who is a professor of creativity, and I had a great opportunity to collaborate with him on creating some videos also about creativity. So he created these curious inquiry zones of thinking, and he recommends teachers to consider current competencies and knowledge, and don't overwhelm students. And don't make it so basic that it is boring. Yes. So he tries somehow to motivate us to bring students to the flow state. Connect the learning to real life experiences. Yes. And make it real, make it relevant. And then the last suggestion from him is link unrelated things or different perspectives. There are many activities how to boost creativity. And we know that we need creative people. We need to be creative as teachers. So maybe we can start with simple thing, like have the courage to ask and do some small things like asking yourself, what if? Why is it? I wonder, how would this work? How would this be? And, just challenge our assumptions and open ourselves to diversity, to different things. And what else you can do? Maybe ask students to come up with tricky questions, with jokes. This is also nice that you can do. But of course, many activities, and we don't have now time to talk about them. And then we come to rational well-being. It is number one for our happiness. And there was the longest research made by Harvard University. And the older we are, we appreciate our relationships more. Yes, and we consider them that they are crucial for our happiness. It's about positive relationships, yes, and about connection to others. And the most important questions that we have in our brains are, am I safe? And then, do I belong? Am I respected? Belonging is a big human need because we are social animals. We know it. And the question is, do you have good relationships with your colleagues? And do you have good relationships with your students? And what about parents? Yes. For me, building relationships with students is number one. at the beginning of the school year. And today I have to share such a nice moment that I had in the morning because when I came to the classroom, then there was nobody. It was empty because then I just came, wanted to prepare myself, and there was on the monitor there were these post-it small papers like hertz. And there were 5 hertz, yes, sticked to my monitor, and there was written, for Mrs. Lohinova, we wish you beautiful morning, we love you, and we wish you all the best, your class 2A, yes, that I am class teacher. So it was so nice for me. Yes, so this gave me, it just made my day. Yes, for the whole day, it was really like boost of positive emotions that I got from this. And it is because, yes, we have positive relationships. So maybe the question, how do you foster positive relationships at school? In your classroom, what do you with your students? So that you have nice relationships. There are many, of course, different activities, and I'm sure that you have many of them. Just feel free to share them with us. But what I want to say is that every child should have an adult who cares, who is there when a child needs it, and also at school. Sometimes they don't have this positive environment in their families. We have such students. So maybe you can greet students every day by name, show an interest in their lives, also lives after school. And let's be like model of respectful behavior and language. Yes. So this creating classroom rules, yes, is something essential together with students. Implement these anti-bullying programs and teach empathy or give students opportunities really to experience empathy, because no, it's not possible to teach, but it's important to give students a chance to experience empathy and spread it and broaden their empathy circles. And then communication skills. NVC is for me number one, nonviolent communication, but and teach them collaboration skills and the social intelligence. But all these aspects are huge, and it's impossible to talk about them in an hour. But I think that, and there were already many courses devoted to them. So I hope that you will have resources, and I want to share with you this great resource that I use, and you can find it in different languages. And it's World Health Organization. You will have the link in the end. And it's about doing what matters in times of stress. There are like, I don't know, 90 or 100 even pages, illustrated guide for kids, but you can really use it, and even for secondary schools, it's perfect. So you will have this. And I want to share this nice idea by Tal Ben-Shahar, this psychologist, that the foundation of happiness is allowing space for unhappiness. Yes. So he wanted to say, and I follow him, and I'm a big fan of him, that sad emotions are part of the human experience. So sometimes we just suppress difficult emotions, and this way we only intensify them. So emotional well-being relates to self-awareness and emotional regulation. It's about dealing with painful emotion and generating this emotions like joy, love, gratitude. Yes, but there are much more. Also, proud. Yes, also this when we wonder. That is nice, beautiful, positive emotion. Social emotional learning has crucial role here. And so I will click on this and I will try to share this just to show you how valuable is this yes publication. So it's here, doing what matters in times of stress. You can see that there are many languages. So if I open English one, so then it's it's 132. But it's like this, that there is really, they are talking about values. They are talking about how to manage difficult emotions. Really, this is perfect materials for you. And yes, accept the pain that cannot be changed. And what else? What can we do this? So really, this is something that I guess we should read, all of us, so that we can then share some activities with students, give them this opportunity. Okay, so this is just overview of social and emotional learning competencies. So it's for me, it's number one, teach students self-awareness skills, model them. Because first we need to be aware, then we can regulate ourselves. So also when we are stressed, maybe we can practice awareness. Yes, be aware of what is our trigger. What is my reaction on that? What are my thoughts and how I respond? And when I want to manage stress, then I can change my trigger or I can change my reaction. And all this is about practice, but all this is about for students, we should give them like know-how how to do this. So you have these 4 competencies of social and emotional skills. This self-awareness, self-management is about emotional intelligence, social awareness, relationship skills, and then responsible decision-making. It's about social intelligence. All this is huge. And there are hundreds of materials on that. But then what should we do then when we have our vision, when we know activities, then implement them? And I have created, and I will share it with you, I have created like possible checklist of activities that we can do. So I will show you in a minute. But before that, there is something that I wanted to show you. One nice application. So put a stressful thought in the star. So I will share my screen again. Sorry, so now I will go to this place. Yes. So 60-second meditation. I use this. My students in Slovakia, they had written final exams. And they were so unhappy about that. They were stressed. So they put a stressful thought. I failed. I failed in exams. This what they thought. So then we put to done. And then I hope that you can listen this nice music. Yes. Good. That's it. And now I want to share with you this checklist. So this is like that we can do this. Yes, we can use. Of course, it's just example for you, and just put your thoughts about this. So in this area, spiritual. So students have the opportunity to recognize their strengths. Do I have them this chance? Do I teach values? Hey, do we create classroom values and so on? So you have all these things that I just took from each area of the spire. Physical students, do we remind them to hydrate well? Do we do that? Do we drink enough water? Supporting healthy diet? Yes, so all these kind of things. Do we teach students about a healthy lifestyle? Do we give space to students to set their goals? Yes, do they have autonomy? Do activities to support curiosity? Do we provide constructive feedback? Yes. Do we prioritize assessment for and of learning? This all is connection with intellectual. Do we maybe teach how brain works? Because students should know this. And then this rational. Do we encourage creating and following rules and appreciate diversity, maybe nonviolent communication, time to support empathy, all these like possible things that we can do. And then emotional one. Do they have these opportunities to talk about their emotions? Maybe daily check-ins. It's perfect thing with students. My students are quite used to it. That they even when I forget it, they ask to do it. Check in. We have application for that. Also, that these application Ziplet could be used, but I use Microsoft Teams with a lot of expressions of feelings that they are built in, and this positive self-talk. Yes, talking about this. Do we teach them resilience about stresses, and all these kind of things? Do we do mindful activities, or maybe practicing gratitude? Reflective journal is perfect thing. And I even have some students who get up very early in the morning, and also my daughter does it, and just 30 minutes before they have to, just to keep diary. Yes, reflective journal. Some of them do it in the evening. And yes, and then what I wanted to, now what I wanted to show you one thing in my presentation, that also there are many different resources, maybe in Canva. Now I will, where is it? Okay, sorry. No. Before that, before that, I have this. I have this box breathing. Anytime you feel under stress, anytime you really feel like you are going to explode, you can use breathing, because you give your brain this information, everything is okay, calm down. So 4, it means that breathe out slowly, release all the air from your lungs, and then start. Breathe in through your nose and count to 4. 4, and then hold your breath, and again, you count for 4, and then exhale for another count of 4, and then hold your breath again for a count of 4, and then repeat it. So it's hold, and then it goes like this. Sometimes it works on 3 or number 4. So just try this with students. My students are quite also they are happy about this and they do this very often. And even at school, and of course I do with them mindfulness activities much more. Mindfulness, this is just one example, like mindfulness scavenger hunt. I just found it in this educational resource hub and Canva. You have probably, you know, this tool Canva. There are many these different nice like resources for you, materials. Education resource hub, if you put to Canva, then you have many of them. So it's really perfect if you want to offer mindfulness. And mindfulness is really something that we should practice in our classrooms only. And I will again share with you the most popular with my students, that I give them like chocolate or something nice. And first, they have to exploit with all senses. So first just watch and smell, and then slowly put it to their mouth and feel the texture and all these kind of things. So maybe after, and this guided, of course. So I usually tell them what to do, and then in the end they eat it. But it's a different experience than when they just eat it, grab it, and eat it. Yes, and here I created this for one course. And so I will share this link with you as well. So these are like, think about your values. These are values that I took from, that are the most valued things, like values that usually that most people hold. So you can just think about it. What is my value? What do I find important in my life? Then there are different kinds actions for you to support well-being. Yes, we know this: healthy diet, dance, sing, laugh. Yes, it's important. And yes, this gratitude, that curate information you get, savoring. Yes, every day really do something that you enjoy, and just this savor. It means that really be grateful for that. Drinking coffee, what a nice feeling. What a nice feeling that I have this opportunity to really fully be present in this, be mindful about that, and enjoy this special moment. This mindfulness, spending time outside. We are social, we are animals, don't forget. And we spend most of the time inside. So we should allow our students, our kids, and ourselves going outside as much as possible. And do new activities. Yes, like something new. Be curious about it. Try new to learn. By the way, when you learn new language, or when you learn playing on a musical instrument, that is very good for your brain. So try this. Then there are like strategies how to use what to use to fix the leaks. So how to deal with something unpleasant, with problems. Yes. So these are some suggestions. And then some suggestions for stress regulation. Cognitive reappraisal for me is number one. This self-talking. I use self-talking so much, and I teach this to my students because this can change the view immediately. And yes, much more, but now we need to go to the end. And so the question is, what will you put into your resilience toolbox so that, or your well-being toolbox, because it's important for resilience. So think about your values, about strengths, activities, right? To promote well-being, to fix your leaks, regulate emotions, stress. And what is build social network? Do you have people you can rely on when you feel not well? Do you have how are your connections? I read one book about my last book that I read was about burnout. Not because I am in that state yet, not, but it was I had to start thinking about one thing that they ask, that if you imagine that you have one piece of like this. I mean, you have like no, 100% of your time. Yes. So how much do you devote? And you are in different roles. So you are employee, teacher. Yes. You are mother. You are daughter. You are partner. You are friend. How much time do you devote to all this? So, and I had to start thinking about that, how it is. Yes, as a mother, it's okay. Employee, yes. But then I began to think about what kind of daughter am I? How much time do I devote to my parents, to my friends, to my partner even? So this is the social network, so much, so important. So all this that I shared with you, because it's time to stop. I put it to this well-being webinar. Yes, these links, these educational brain breaks, and these even second brain. So this assessment, well-being assessment, survey, happiness survey, well-being assessment. So all these kind of things, even brain break, and these 3 questions, and what this guide, and these box breathing, and so what, how, even the stress management. So all you have this in one bucket, and you will have it in, and I will again share the last time that I will share my presentation, because it's here, is the last link. It's my last slide, and you can find it here. So if you go to bit.ly, so then you will find these resources for you. And I just hope that you will use it and for yourself and for your students as well, because and first of all, you need to take care of yourself. Don't forget this. You are most important, and you are very important for everybody around. So many thanks for this, and just enjoy working on your well-being.
Thank you, Cornelia, for the great presentation. We have quite a few comments in the chat, really inspiring. It's wonderful. And thank you also for putting all the resources in one spot. We have a comment, a lot of great examples and materials. I will for sure use it. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording here.